Hello. I hope everyone had a good day. I am getting set up in my office. Gonna see if anybody can hear me. I have this gross zit. It's gonna bother me. So we just got back from some Christmas shopping, and I wanted to invite you guys to hop on the link. Cool. Lori. Hi, guys. Perfect. I was hoping that my internet does not go crazy on me. But I wanted to hop on here, my personal page, to invite you guys. If you're not doing anything right now, I posted a link in the top of this post, the live video, a link, or the post below this has the link to an event page. And I'm going to be going live in there in 3 minutes, sharing toothpaste. Jessica, yeah, that's my plan. I do that at night. Thank you. So I'm going to be going live, sharing my story. So some of you guys saw my real, raw, kind of scary post last night about my life before Beachbody, who I am, where I came from, as far as drugs and alcohol and, abusive relationships and all that really fun stuff that we all, have our own journeys. So I'm going to be sharing more about my story and sharing, more about my team, what I do as a coach, because I know I get the question all the time. What does a Beachbody coach do? What do you mean your team? Join your team. So I thought I would go live and, answer some of those questions for you guys. So I'm going to hop off here. But join me in the link above. I'm going to continue this conversation. So if you can click the link above, I wanted to do it in the event page. Or actually, let me see if my connection will let me just share into my event. And then I can just stay on here. Hey, Kelsey. Hey, Michelle. Oh, man, 32 people. All gonna see my zit. Who's done Christmas shopping? Anybody? We just started. So fell in love with pink Ugg boots. I'm like, who is this girly girl? Like, my daughter is pretty tomboyish. Like, she likes Ninja Turtles and superheroes. Now, all of a sudden, she's like, hey, Erica. I'm going to send you a link right after this, I promise. Hey, Mandy. I am going to try to share this and see if I can just stay on here, if I can share it to my page to let the people know that I'm on that RSVP to my event. So I'm going to try to share it from my computer. So if you have questions as we go, I would love, hey Kristen, hey Brittany. Yes, send the link. Feel free to share the link. So I'm going to get started here in a second. Hey Kelsey. Hey Jamie. Cool. I'm really excited to chat. Okay. So let me see if I can get to the link with the questions, and then I will get started. So if you have questions about my life, hey Krista, I'm pretty much an open book. I try to share as much as I possibly can on my Facebook, but I know not everybody sees all my posts. We have lives, we have kids, we have jobs, so I don't expect you to read every single one of my posts and follow my story 100%. So I thought, why not just get on and share with you guys and answer questions you have, because I really am an open book. I am willing to, talk and share my life with you guys, help you guys find good fits for, what you're struggling with, whether it's a personal development book or if it's, a workout program or recipes, whatever I can help with is something that I'm really passionate about, empowering women, and just, letting you guys know what's up in my life, what I've been doing to help myself. So let me see if I can get the questions going. If you have a question, let me know in the comments. I'm going to try to read this feed. I don't have my glasses on, so you'll have to bear with me. Let's see. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so don't be shy. Say hello. Hey, Regina. Thanks for hopping on. All right, so who am I? My name is Bree. So most of you guys follow me or we've chatted on Facebook. We're friends, right? But I wanted to show up real, raw, like no makeup, no filter. See, the only thing that I have going for me is this light because it's super dark in my basement and Erin is trying to get the baby to bed. She's teething. So I'm hiding in my basement. So no makeup, just raw, unfiltered, messy bun mom. And I wanted to share with you my story. So a little bit about my background. Oops. Hopefully it's saying rough connection. So let me know if it freezes. I have my computer, so somebody message me on my computer if it freezes. And I will... Hey, Shauna. Hey, Haley. Regina, apple cider vinegar. Good to know. Any natural tips for sits? That would be great. All right, so I'm going to give away Shakeology at the end of this, so bear with me as we get started. I think I fixed my connection. I was trying to reconnect to a different internet. Hey, girl. What's up? All right, let's get started. So a little bit about my background. I grew up super conservative Christian family. My dad is a music pastor at our church. He grew up in Africa. Yes, natural approach, Regina, thank you. I'm going to get so off track tonight, I can already tell. But I love it. You guys got to bear with me, okay? Just stick with me. I swear I'll get through this. All right, I'm giving myself a timer, so it's 8:35. I'm going to talk about my story and then get to coaching. Melaleuca lavender. Oh, gosh, all sorts of cool ideas. Yeah, you guys see? Stress sits. This is from having a teething baby. Hey, Tessa. How are you? Cool. All right, so I grew up pretty religious background, strict religious background. My dad grew up in Africa till he was 22 as a missionary family. Uh-oh. It's frozen. Hey, Alicia. Hopefully it unfreezes. There we go. Hopefully that works. Hey, Sean. Okay, it's working now. Perfect. You'll have to bear with me, and if it freezes, I'm going to try to just get through it, and then I'll upload the HD version, so hopefully then it will kind of fix some of that. So growing up, I was pretty conservative, like no makeup, no hair dye, no piercings, and I became really rebellious to that. I was not was not down with that. So teen years were a struggle. I started rebelling against my parents. I moved out at a young age and started doing my own thing. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Are you going to be watching TV?
All right.
Will you shut the door? Because I can already hear feedback. And I'm live, so it's really hard to... Shanko. Okay. It's never ending. Okay, so let's see. I lost my train of thought again. Hey, Stephanie. So teen years into my late teens, I got caught up in the wrong, relationship. I got caught up in drugs. I got caught up in alcohol. I suffered with depression, and I suffered with self-destructive habits. You could say that I really had no self-confidence. I did not go to school after high school. I did, dabbled in hair, but I didn't accomplish or finish anything, which really led to some destructive mindset issues. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was in a relationship where I was being constantly mentally and physically abused. So mentally it was just like degrading and tearing me down and body image stuff. I suffered with eating disorders since about the age of 12. And so, with that, and then having a male in my life that was super destructive with the way he treated me and my body, I just had no good positive things to say about myself. I wasn't going anywhere. I worked, but I didn't have like a career path really. I worked in retail and bartended and served. but I didn't have like a path, or I wasn't passionate about anything. I was just really submissive to my drug and party ways. It was sad, to say the least. And I really didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. That was pretty much my life, and that was going to be it. So fast forward, I got pregnant with my now boyfriend. We met through my serving and bartending job, and we started hanging out. We were dating, got pregnant with Sophia, and it was a big slap in the face. I was terrified. I was like, I can't even barely take care of myself. How am I supposed to take care of a child or go through a pregnancy? I was about, I think, 13 or 14 weeks pregnant. I was pretty late in my pregnancy when I found out. I thought it was ulcers. I thought I was sick because I was drinking so much. And so I was like, oh, I'm just sick and pukey and gross because I'm getting drunk all the time. And then come to find out I was pregnant. So I decided, I didn't know how I was going to do it. Hey, Jen. I decided that I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know where our relationship was at the time. We were kind of dabbling in our relationship, but it wasn't, marriage wasn't coming around the corner. And so I was scared, but I was like, this is something that I need to do. I feel like, this happened for a reason. I think things happen for a reason in your life, to be a wake-up call. And so I was scared out of my mind to be a mom, to be pregnant, and, to pay my bills, and I was sick, and what was I going to do? But I committed to it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to have this baby. And so I had Sophia, and I thought, like, okay, this is my calling. I'm going to be a mom. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be home, and it's going to change me, right? Like, I'm going to have all these things to fulfill me now because I have this little girl. And in fact, the exact opposite happened. I had to quit my jobs because I was super sick during my pregnancy and on bed rest the last little bit of my pregnancy. Hey, Logan, thank you. Hey, Danielle. So bed rest, I'd quit my jobs. All my friends back in the day when I got pregnant were party friends. They weren't real soul friends or didn't really care. It was more like I was a good time when I was partying, when I was drunk, when I was running around doing the bar scene. That was the people that I hung out with. So being pregnant and now having this child, I had nobody. I felt really isolated and really alone. And the hospital, when I had Sophia, I instantly ended up with postpartum depression. And if any of you guys are moms on this call or, have struggled with depression or anxiety, postpartum depression was something that I didn't really understand a lot. I knew I had struggled with other types of depression with my eating disorders and body image, but postpartum depression was crazy to me. I didn't really understand it. I didn't really accept it. So I was blindsided because I thought my baby was going to be born. It was going to be this miraculous, amazing day, and everything was going to be happy and amazing. And it wasn't. I was like exactly the opposite. I was stressed out. I didn't want to hold her. I was in pain. I was in labor for 28 hours. I was frustrated. I was anxious. I didn't feel good in my own skin. I was miserable. I had stitches, and going home and healing, and I couldn't move for like 6 weeks. I wasn't walking. I could barely take care of this child. My boobs hurt from trying to nurse, and I was struggling with that. And it was hard. It was so hard. So I felt even more lost than I had before. And I wasn't drinking, to cope for it. I didn't have my cigarettes to go to anymore. I didn't have my drugs or my alcohol to go to anymore. I had this little human, and I was at home by myself struggling. So fast forward again, I think she was about 6 months old at the time, and I had, gotten on various medications for postpartum depression and, medications to help me with my anxiety and all these kinds of, crazy things, seeking out, support system for my mom and talking to people, and I just felt so stuck. And I knew, I hated my body after pregnancy, and I wanted to be happy, and I saw other moms, posting their crafting and their momming, and that was not me, and I felt so guilty because I wasn't falling into the mom role like I was supposed to, or like I had envisioned in my head that it was just going to happen and be this miraculous, magical thing. So about 6 months into, having this little girl at home, I decided I was going to go back to work. I was ready. I was like, this is going to get me out of the funk that I'm in. I'm going to, start. I was always one that supported myself and income-wise. So I was like, I'm going to go back to work and that'll fix everything, right? Like I'm going to get a job and somebody else will take some of the burden of taking care of this little girl and I'll go back to work and I'll be happy. So I went back to work and we got comfortable on, 2 incomes again. And I really quickly realized that going back to work didn't make me happy. I was still alone. I was still depressed. I was still struggling. And what I thought was my answer of getting a job and going back to my old job, it didn't fix things. I just felt even more mom guilt now that I had left my little girl and was going to work all day, and she would sit in the window and cry and be sad. And we had an amazing, amazing nanny, and she was awesome. But nothing can, take that guilt away from a mom of leaving their child. And so I was going to work, and then I was frustrated even more because I was still depressed. Then I was leaving my child, and then we had gotten used to having my income back, so then I was stuck. And then I felt guilty asking to quit my job again, or how would we make that work? So I started scrolling Instagram pages, and you know how it is. It's late night, you're holding the kiddos, or you're just winding down. But I was scrolling social media. Whether you're a mom or not, you scroll social media, right? You scroll social media and you see fit girls and you see motivated women and positive pages. And you're like, if only I had the motivation, I could totally do that, right? And so I started following this girl on Instagram, and she was like a happy mom. You know that mom that like seems like they craft and have it all together, and she worked from home and did this Beachbody thing and was working out and had this amazing transformation story of, post-baby body. And she had struggled with things like I was struggling with. She was struggling with depression and anxiety and, had a little girl about my daughter's age, and she had gotten through this and was fighting through it and sharing her story. And I was so drawn to her as a mom, as an individual who was just fighting for something more. And so I added her on Facebook. We started talking, and she's like, girl, you could do this. You could totally, work out and all those things. And I was like, nah, it's not for me. I don't know. We've all said that to whoever has reached out to you, or maybe you've, talked to me and you're like, I'm not ready. I was like, I don't have the inspiration. I don't have the motivation. And then it hit me really hard. So I followed her for a few months, and it hit me really hard one night. I put Sophia to bed, and the only full-length mirror we had at the time was in the corner of her room. So I laid her down. She was sleeping. Hey, Amanda. And I looked in the mirror, and I just started picking myself apart. I was talking about, just like, gross skin and my hair and, pregnancy, it gave my body like these weird, gross, cellulite pockets, and my thighs are huge and my hips are wider and none of my clothes fit and I feel so gross. I'm wearing this baggy t-shirt. Hey, Kenzie. I was like looking like a soggy, sad, pathetic person, and I was ripping myself apart. And my mindset was just so negative to myself. And then I looked over and I saw my little girl, and no joke, this day, I looked over and I was like, I said I was going to dedicate and be a good mom. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that at this point is if I help myself, because there's no way I'm going to be able to raise a young woman in today's society if I myself am so sucked into that warped system of how I'm supposed to look or how I'm supposed to feel. And so I instantly looked in the mirror and was like, I need a change. And I remembered Anita's posting and was like, I'm going to do that. So I reached out to her and I was like, I want to know what you did. I want to know how you did it. Tell me everything. And I signed up that night because I was like, I cannot stand in my daughter's room. Thanks, guys. Hey, Haley. I can't stand here and preach that I'm going to be a good mom and a good role model when I myself, in my mind, hate my own body, hate my own self. Like, it's not good. That's not positive. And my little girl is going to grow up seeing me pick myself apart. And I don't want her to become a teenager and look in the mirror and just want to be skinny or, feel like she has to puke and throw up food to fit society's, ideal figure. I want her to feel empowered and good in her own skin and do what she loves because she loves it, not because, what she's supposed to do. And so that was my wake-up call. I was managing my life, but I was not thriving. I was not happy. I had no confidence. I lacked self-esteem. I was like, how the heck am I going to be a coach? I told my coach, I was like, you want me to be on your team? You want me to coach people? Like, I don't know the first thing about workouts. I'm the last person to talk to about nutrition. I was on the Oreo and couch diet after work. I'd put my little girl to bed, eat the package of Oreos while watching TLC. That was my life. So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to coach people when I have no idea what I'm doing. And she's like, that's the beauty of coaching, is you can be totally imperfect and you can have so many flaws, and that person on a journey is relatable to other people. And I was like, I get it. I see that. Like, I understand. Like, I didn't have to have the perfect body. I didn't have to have a six-pack, and I didn't have to have it all figured out. I just had to be willing to share my story, much like I am tonight. And it took me a long time. I started small. I started sharing my workouts, and I started sharing that I was drinking this awesome nutrition drink, which is Shakeology. I've been drinking it for 2.5 years. It cleared up my skin, besides this crazy mom's it, like stress it. It's cleared up my skin. It's made my hair healthier. It's made my nails stronger. It's made, I've struggled with ulcers, with my eating disorders. I've had ulcers since about 12. They've, been brought on by stress and other things. But I have not had a scope done in about 2 years. So I'm proud to say that, I don't have to take my medication for that anymore. Obviously, that's not a guarantee that it heals ulcers, but, getting that nutrition in my body and just focusing on me for 30 minutes a day with an at-home workout. I didn't have to stress about going to a gym and, what people are going to think, or what the heck I was going to do there, or who was going to watch my kid after work when I went to the gym. I could simply do it from home and be accountable in a group online with all these moms and ladies and busy women just cheering each other on. And I never had that. I never had a group of girlfriends that were so positive and motivating. And I quickly became so connected with these women because we all had one goal in mind, and that was to become empowering to ourselves and better people, right? That was our biggest goal. We were super pumped to help each other become the best versions of ourselves. So that was it. That was, the big thing about coaching was that you don't have to be a nutrition buff or, fitness expert, and you don't have to be, a full-time coach. You can work a full-time job. I worked my full-time job for about 6 months. I made a goal and I hit it. I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to quit my job. So I worked every night after I got off work, and I did my workout, and I put my little girl to bed. Then I would sit down at my computer and I would watch all the YouTube videos I could and train and soak in this business. And I was like, this is what I'm passionate about. Like, when you just find that it felt right in my heart, it felt good, because I didn't have to sell anything, because I was just sharing myself. I was sharing my heart and sharing my passion for what I was doing to help myself. And I know so many people, feel stuck. Like, what do I do? Where do I start? And you just need that hand to reach out and say, hey, I'm going to help you. I'm going to do this with you. Not for somebody to have all the answers, but for someone to have a starting place and a support system around you. That's huge. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Emily. So I've been coaching for 2.5 years now. I have gone through another pregnancy while being a coach. So some people say, oh, I'm going to wait till I'm done being pregnant. How are you? But I did this through a whole pregnancy. Was I perfect in my nutrition? Heck no. Do you have to be perfect in your nutrition? Heck no. Do you have to be 100% on point with your workouts? No. Because it's about being on a journey, and it's a process. And there's many times where I've fallen off the wagon and been like, accountability. I need to get back to it, pick a program out, start it again. Oops, I ate donuts. Oops, the next day I ate pizza. Oops, I had cocktails. Like, get back to it, Bree. So it brings me back to square one and start over and keep focusing and keep moving forward, and to let go and not beat myself up about the things that I screw up on. Because let's be real, this is a lifestyle, right? There's no such thing as a quick fix that is going to maintain a healthier, happier you, right? There's no quick fix to that. It's a daily work in progress. And so that's how I view coaching, is that I'm a work in progress. And everybody that follows me knows, like, I try to be as real as possible. Like, y'all, I'm not perfect. I eat donuts. I have mimosas on Sunday. I eat cheese fries. But I also have balance because I check into my fitness and health groups. I check in with my clients, my coaches, my team, so that we can be healthier versions of that. So we can work on those things, right? So now instead of Oreos every day, I haven't had an Oreo in 2 years. But I pick the treats I want, right? Like I pick to have mimosas on a Sunday and then know I'm going to do my workout later in the day. So, balance is key in this business and in your own fitness and health goals. So I have a lot of people on my team who don't even coach for the business side of it, but for the support, for the discount, for, the team mentality of like having that there for structure in your goals. It's been amazing. It's incredible. We have people on our team who have quit their full-time jobs. We have military spouses. We have students. We have people that work full-time hosting and running this business while they work on their fitness and health goals simply by sharing about what they're doing to make it work. So, a 30-minute workout and working on a healthier version of yourself. And, we read personal development. We read or listen to books to empower us as women, as, busy people in a society that's so negative. I mean, I can't tell you how much that's done for my self-confidence and what it's done for me just in being a mom and being, a positive light in this world where there's so many negative people that want to be haterade and drag you down. And, you could sit there and make excuses of why you can't. We all have 24 hours in a day. We all are busy. I was working my coaching business the day I delivered my second little girl because that's how much I love this business and love our team, is that I showed up and was in my inbox and people are like, didn't you just have a baby? I'm like, yes, but I want to show up because that's how much I love this business. So is it a quick fix? No. Is it a get rich quick overnight, next week you're going to be a millionaire? No. But in the grand scheme of things, 2.5 years in this business, all I've learned is that slow and steady wins the race. And my team is thriving. My income has grown. I have people that I've been able to nurture to better health and nutrition. I see before afters every 30 days in my groups. I'm able to help empower women and find that balance in life. Hey, Kenzie. So I think there were some questions. Let me see. If you have questions, Kelsey says, do you offer meals or recipes with a family at home? It can be hard if I have to make 2 separate meals. My kids eat what I eat. My boyfriend eats what I eat. We all eat the same thing. So people tend to overcomplicate it, and people are like, I don't have the money to eat healthy. And I did a comparison like a year ago. I think I need to pull up that video. I did a comparison. I drove through McDonald's. I can't remember. I don't think I've ever driven through a fast food restaurant since I was a teenager. But I drove through McDonald's and I bought a kid's meal for my daughter, or like for my daughter. She didn't actually eat it. And I bought Big Mac, like a meal, whatever one of their meals is. And I brought it home. So my total was I think it was like $13 or $14. And then the next day, so I sat on the counter, I was like, whatever, we're not going to eat this. We ate dinner. The next day when I went to Target, I was like, I'm going to try to duplicate a healthier version of that for the same amount. And I was able to actually make a healthier, cheaper meal for my family with leftovers. So I think the real thing is that people tend to overcomplicate it or think you have to eat 100% organic or you have to buy these crazy expensive things to, better yourself, or you have to have it all figured out to get started, when really it's a step at a time. Like if it's 30-minute workouts and you join a boot camp and start your workouts, and then you add in maybe Shakeology, or you add in maybe a healthier meal a day, or you try to cut down on pop or cigarettes, every single little thing leads you to one step closer to a better version of yourself. And that's what coaching is about. That's what our team is about. That's what I'm here for, to help coach and mentor you. And, I'm always looking for people that are ready for that next step in their life, or they're not happy in their job, or they're not happy where they're at in their fitness and nutrition, or they're not happy in some area of your life, and you want something different. Like, this has completely transformed my life. I went from, abused drug alcoholic to now motivating, inspiring mom boss. Like I get to, help others see their potential when they might not be ready to believe it themselves. And I had somebody do that for me when I first got started, and now I get to do that for other people. So, if you think like, well, I don't know if I could get started, or, I don't know if I could do that. Really, I tell people, Carolyn, yes, I would love for you to message me. I think I messaged you back. Maybe I didn't hit enter. I'm pretty sure I typed you a message, but maybe I forgot to hit enter, so I'll check after this. Absolutely. So a lot of people say, I can't do this. And I'm like, what are you going to lose, right? You have nothing to lose. The worst that happens if you join our team as a coach is that you gain new friends, you gain a new outlook on your health and nutrition. Maybe you lose a few pounds or a few inches, or, you get off a soda addiction, or you gain friends and you're inspired for a month. That's the worst thing that happens, right? That's the absolute worst thing that happens in this business, or when you join a boot camp of mine. That is absolutely the worst thing that happens. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and say, I'm going to try it, because the worst thing that happens is that you gain friendships and you get motivated, right? Who cares if you don't ever make a sale? Who cares if this business you decide is not where you want to go with your life, but maybe you've been motivated and inspired and found the tools and resources to work on your fitness and nutrition. That kind of stuff. Jamie, message me. I would love to chat. I know there were some other questions. Let me see if I can scroll. Again, I don't have my glasses on, so bear with me. Kelsey, is Shakeology part of P90X? So Beachbody is a company where we have workouts, and then Shakeology is bundled with those workouts, and then I host boot camps around those workouts and Shakeology. So yes, Kelsey, message me so you can get everything. How would you get started? Maybe that's a good question. How would you get started as a coach on our team, or how would you join in a boot camp? So I would help you. You would need to message me. We'll come up with a good solution as far as what your goals are, what your life looks like as far as job or school or kids, like how much time you can actually commit to something like this, so we can find you a good fit as far as a program. And then you would get set up with Shakeology, which is a 70-ingredient superfood nutritional shake. It's got protein, it's got pre and probiotics, it's got enzymes, it's got all sorts of stuff to help your body feel full, cut down those cravings. There's no synthetic sugars, there's no soy. It's, really, really good for you. I can't say enough. I could do like a whole webinar on Shakeology. I'm going to spare you the boring details. But a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's got a bunch of crap in it. It doesn't. It has no crap in it. It's awesome, and it's more than a protein shake. So, it can replace my, after I work out, it's my breakfast in the morning, or if I'm running late to pick the kiddo up from school, it's my in the afternoon to cut cravings before dinner. It can really fit into your day as far as what works best for you. A lot of people, when I worked full-time, it was my lunch. So it really kind of depends on your goals and your lifestyle as far as what we find is a good fit for you. But basically, we will talk and chat if you're interested in joining our team, or, the coaching opportunity. Hey, Tara, new neighbor. You would get set up with a workout program that fits your needs and schedule and interest for fitness, because there's all types of stuff. I'm doing Core to Force right now, and that is super fun. It's a challenge because I went from 30-minute workouts to now Core to Force, which is about 45 minutes to an hour, because it's a 30-day program. Kelsey, yes, I will look for your message. After I hop off of here, I'm getting into my inbox, so I'm excited to chat more. Erica, does each flavor have the same nutrition? Okay, so the flavors do. They have the same nutritional value. There's vegan, which does not have as many ingredients because it is vegan. So it's very dense nutrition. I switch off and on between vegan and regular. But the vegan, I'm not like vegan. I just, sometimes my stomach, if I'm having some issues with stomach stuff, I'll switch to the vegan. It's a little mellower on my tummy. But it can depend on each person. But Erica, there is more in the regular Shakeology. So if you're not vegan, I would just go with the regular. And then what was I saying? Okay, so workouts. I'm doing Core to Force, which is an MMA style kickboxing program. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, but you can't get to the classes, this is perfect to learn from home. Before this, I was doing Max 30, which is cardio. You don't need any equipment. It's 30 minutes, boom, done, with Shaun T, and it's so much fun. It's a 60-day program. Aaron and I both did it this past summer, and then we did another round of it. Now we're doing Core to Force, and he just started his Core to Force. He's on like day 5, I think. I'm about to finish up the program and do it again. But we did Max 30 over the summer. There's simple workouts. There's 10-minute trainer. There's a yoga program. It's an awesome program. Yes, Brittany, it's so much fun. Like, I literally don't even realize an hour has passed because it's so much fun. And I have been on Operation Build a Butt because after the second pregnancy, oh my goodness. It's been amazing and no equipment needed, so that's pretty cool. There's weightlifting programs, there's stuff you can do in the gym, but all of it you can do from home. Most of the time, it's done at home. So it works around your schedule, your work, your kids' nap times, bedtimes, whatever. Some people like working out in the morning. Some people like working out at night. It depends. So you would get set up with a workout program that suits your interest and suits your need. And then you get set up in a secret private accountability group with myself and some other coaches. And we walk you through step by step with sample meal plans and daily accountability and check-ins. And motivation and tips and support. And we help each other through for 30 days. Shauna, yes, country dancing. If you like country music, I tried so hard to do the program. I am not a huge country fan, but yes, dancing. There's like a hip-hop workout program, which I did and I'm certified in. There's a new country dancing program, which so many people are in love with. I think it's fabulous because so many people love country music, and it's super simple, fun program. Erica, after you do Max 30, then this will be your next program. I guarantee you're going to love it. I'm already seeing results. I'm going to share my butt picture. That sounds bad. I'm going to share that result coming soon. I've got 10 days left, I think. So I kind of want to wait to share it till the end. But yeah, so you would get set up with Shakeology. You get to inspire people, which then motivates you to keep going. You get coaches and a team surrounding you with love and support. And then if you choose to make this a business and you've joined our team, you get our team. You get trainings. We are a top 200 team. I went from, in 2.5 years, I was like team number 5,600 million out in the universe. And in 2.5 years, I've made our team, along with our coaches, we've brought ourselves to a top 200 team out of 500,000 coaches. We are in the top 200, which is freaking crazy. But yeah, 2.5 years is a small price to pay to show up and help inspire people by sharing my journey. 2.5 years to build a business is insane, right? Like, how crazy is that? Just by being consistent in my workouts and inviting people into this opportunity and showing people that quick fixes are great, but they're not going to be lasting. But this lifestyle is lasting because there's no end to it. Jamie, thank you. I brush him a lot. It's so funny that people notice the things people notice on these kind of things. Any other questions? I think I got them, but I'm so glad I popped on to get ideas for my zit. I really, really hope that if you've considered coaching or you've considered doing this or considered joining our team, that you realize you have nothing to lose. The worst thing that happens is that you get set up with a challenge pack because it's free to join our team as a coach when you sign up for a boot camp with me with your workout and Shakeology. It's free to join our team, right? So you have nothing to lose but check it out for 30 days, start sharing your journey and see what happens and see where it takes you. And then maybe for the next 3 months, you work through some programs and you continue to share that story and see where it leads. Like me, maybe it's like me and you find a passion for it and this becomes your gig and the thing you do for life. We get to travel. I'm traveling like 3 to 4 times a year. I get to, talk on other team calls and inspire and motivate and share my story with other people. I get to do fun photo shoots. I get to create stuff, which I love creating and, doing cool things, learning how to make videos and playing around with pictures. And yeah, any other questions? I'm trying to see if there was any other questions. Somebody asked one on my event page. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, so I think Krista asks, what responsibilities do you have as a coach? So as a coach, our number one job is to work on our goals first. So you have to start working on your fitness and your nutrition. So you lead with your story, with your journey. So you get in a challenge group, the boot camps that I run, you get in that, and while you're accountable in that group, you start sharing your journey on social media, on your platforms. And by sharing that, the people around you start to, notice the changes that you're making. So the responsibilities as a coach can vary. This, I decided, was my full-time job. So I have a lot more responsibility than, what somebody joins our team. You get to join in my accountability groups, and anybody, you get to inspire and join. They'll join me and our groups too with you and work together until you're comfortable running your own. I didn't run my own for a few months till I got the hang of it, till I was well on my way in my own fitness and health journey. Jamie, I run a new boot camp once a month. So I enroll 10 to 20 women in our boot camps once a month. So I try to keep it limited so that you get the ultimate experience in our group, but it's not too big to be overwhelming, and that I can focus and concentrate on those that, get ready and join instead of it being crazy. So 10 to 20 women, usually a month, join in our group, and it's once a month. What programs? And then pretty much it's based on your goals and your fitness interests of which program you do. But anybody who joins a challenge is more than welcome to join in the next challenges going forward. So if you're still, say you joined with a 60-day program, you would just then jump into the next challenge group and boot camp, because you're always, I'm your coach for life. So you join in with a program, you get to automatically get added into future boot camps with me. So you get me for a lifetime. Hey, Abby. Is it overwhelming to get started? Is it doable with a full-time job? So absolutely. I had a 1-year-old. I was depressed. I was struggling, and I was working about 50 hours a week outside of the home at my full-time job, retail, managing a clothing store. So it was a retail clothing store, and I was managing that about 50 hours a week. And so absolutely this is doable, depending on your goals and what you want to accomplish with this business as far as coaching goes. What you want to accomplish is totally up to you, what you're willing to put in. So, I would go to work in the morning, I'd come home, and once I got my little girl to bed, I would spend an hour or two, sometimes on my days off, a few more hours, because I wanted to build this fast. I wanted this to work. I wanted this to be my gig, and I was able to quit my job. So then I was able to have a little more flexibility. But some people just do this part-time, and it's a hobby, and they do it, kind of around their job and their kids, or while they're in school. So is it overwhelming? I think if you focus on your own fitness and you focus on your own nutrition and your own journey, and you start there, it can get overwhelming because there's so many groups and trainings and stuff. But if you really focus in on the simple behaviors, our team, I do a Coach Basics training. So you join our team and you get training from me. You have one-on-one calls with me. You get week-to-week training with me of the daily to-do list of things that you can do to grow this business, as far as how do you, share your journey? How do you make a post on social media? How do you effectively coach? I walk you through all that stuff. Amanda Warner asked, do you work out every day? It depends on the program that I'm doing or my health. So the answer is no. I work out based off of the programs that I'm doing. So Quarter Force, I had to take a break in between this Quarter Force program because I was having some back issues. My chiropractor and my doctor advised that I take it down a notch. So I did yoga. I did 2 weeks of Quarter Force, and then I had to take a week off, and was doing some yoga and stretching while I let my back heal. But now I'm back to finishing Quarter Force, and I'm good. So hey Ashley, hey Allison. So no, the answer is no. I do not work out every day, and there are moments in time when I slack off and I get lazy and I end a program and I don't have something lined up next. So then I'm kind of dabbling and fall off the wagon, and then I have to get back on track. So absolutely, I go backwards sometimes. I'm like, oops, well, there goes my abs. There goes all that hard work. Start over. Pick a new program. So I'm human. I eat donuts. I go on vacations. I drink wine. I wear sweatpants. I'm just a mom who found a passion for something and realized how many other people out there were struggling like me. And if I can share my story and inspire just one person, that is amazing to me. That, just by me being authentic and real and sharing like the everyday mom struggles and working and all that kind of stuff. So, any other questions? I think that was it. Any questions? I'm excited for some of you guys to message me. I've got to log off here for a minute just while I go make sure my little teething munchkin is settled for the night. But then my plan is to be online checking my inbox. So if you have other questions about this, so it is December 6th, and my encouraging words to you would be, why wait for another New Year's resolution? Because New Year's is going to come and go, and it does every year, and we always make that resolution. So why not start now and have a game plan so that when the new year comes, you have a plan in place, okay? So get set up now. It's a perfect time. You can, ask your husband, your boyfriend, your family member, your mom, your brother, your uncle, your grandma to, help you invest in this, invest in your health and fitness, because what better Christmas present, right? So I know I have a lot of people joining my Fitmiss 21-day Fitmiss bootcamp that's kicking off this week. So it's not too late to join. I have a few more openings if you're interested in joining and getting set up. Hey, Jamie, what's up? I've got a few more spots. So if you got set up this week, we could add you into that to really just rock your goals and get that support through the holidays. The average person gains 7 to 10 pounds. Holy smokes. I do not want to be that average person. So get set up and start now so that you have a plan. Hey, Heather. So that you have a plan now. Krista, awesome. You're welcome for the kick in the booty. I'll look for your message. Have a place now. Hey, Liz. I'm going to hop off, but I'm going to post this up to the event page so that you can rewatch. If you have questions, make sure to just private message me. I try to get to my inbox twice a day. So bear with me. I'm watching the number of messages, and I've got about 62. So I'm going to get through most of them tonight. But if I don't respond instantaneously, just know I'm getting to your messages. I have 2 kiddos that come first, but I will never forget about you. So just make sure to be patient with me, but I'll try to get to all your messages tonight. I'm really excited to chat because this, honestly, I think people see, my progress in this business, but they don't always see the before story and the hard work that I put in to get to this point. It's been 2.5 years of ups and downs in the business, and it hasn't been, smooth sailing. But what I love is that I'm constantly moving forward, and I'm constantly, encouraged by Beachbody to work on myself and, really envision the life that I want and go for it. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it's slowly and steadily growing, and this income is coming in, and, my family is a healthier, happier family. My girls are happier because I'm a better, more well-balanced, not so crazy mom. All right, let's be real. I'm still a crazy mom, but I have taken care of myself first, which helps me take care of my kids. I mentioned postpartum depression in the beginning of this video and shared a little bit about that with Sophia. Penelope, my second daughter, was born, and I was like, yay, I got my euphoric birth, and it was easy, not easy, but, way different, and it was magical, and the experience that I thought it was going to be. And then now I had about 4.5 months postpartum, and I struggled again. I'm struggling, but I'm handling it a lot different because I feel like I have a grasp on my life, and so I don't feel like I'm spiraling out of control. I feel, like I'm taking it a day at a time, and I can still be inspiring and motivating, and I can still go to the basement and do my workout and show up for people every day, while I still have these issues that I'm going through. But that's just real life, and we're taking it a day at a time, and I couldn't be more blessed with my little girls, so I just have to take it a day and know that people deal with this kind of stuff. But anyway, all right, if you have questions, if you just hopped on, I'm going to post a recording so you can catch, rewind it a little bit and catch my story. But I would love to talk to you. I'm taking on 5 people to join our team this month to help train. I only take 5 a month because that's about how much I can do in my day to help you, learn what coaching is about and, run and start your coaching business. So I take on 5 a month. So I'm looking for 5 this month that I would mentor and guide and train you. We've got team trainings, we've got coach basic groups and videos and, all sorts of outlines and step-by-step instructions of what to do. So if you're just interested in joining a boot camp, make sure to message me. Like I said, we kicked ours off this week, so it's not too late. If you want in and you want to make sure you're not that person that gains 7 to 10 pounds this holiday season, message me. I'll get you a spot in our group and we'll get you set up with a plan. So have a great night. Thanks for hopping on. Share this video with anyone you think would be interested in this opportunity. I would love, or tag them. I would love for them to check it out too. So much love. Thanks so much for hopping on and for the hearts and for listening to my story. I honestly am just so flattered that you guys are on and so supportive and just listen to me share my story. So have a great night. If you have questions, make sure to message me. Thanks, Lori. Bye, guys. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Now to figure out, I'm not techie to end this. My finish button is not where it's supposed to be. I've never not had my ending button not be there. Alright, there we go. Bye, guys.